Yes, all right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. It's another match preview predicted lineup. Arsenal up against Fulham. It's dropping a little bit later than usual. But I'm sorry, we had so many videos to do about the Slavia Prague game, and I just got carried away. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from in all parts of the world, and whoever you are watching. Who's watching these videos. It really, really means a lot. Please do smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and please get your subscriptions in. Subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. We are on the road to 20k subs. That is the Kossi's Arsenal army, and that is really, really so good. So in this one, we're going to be looking at Fulham Arsenal, the predicted lineup, probably in the evening, not probably, in the evening we shall have a live stream about the preview, the team news, and what mikel arteta has said, and everything about that. So make sure you're tuned in for that one. Fulham Arsenal, it's a game that I don't think Arsenal should be worried about, should we? Fulham have not had the best of seasons, just like Sheffield United. I think they have improved a little. They play more progressive and advanced football. I think if it's going to give you a challenge, it's Fulham. It's not Sheffield. I think that is the difference between them. They're going to give you a challenge. They have been a little bit. You could say they've been picking up a couple of results here and there, but I don't expect Arsenal to lose points against Fulham. No. And I've seen so many people saying this should be one easy game where Arsenal rest players. I agree with the fact that we need to do a squad rotation, probably getting players like Gabi Martinelli to play 90 minutes, probably getting players like Mohamed Elneny in this one. Either you rest Thomas Partey. I would absolutely agree, but it's not an easy one, and we need to win it. Either for issues of consistency. Look, as an Arsenal fan this season, I've not seen a lot of wins. I've not seen many wins as as I'm supposed to have seen. So there's no way you're telling me against Fulham, we should just sit back and wherever comes. We should win this one. And in my predicted lineup, I'm using a team that is going to win the game, not one that is actually not going to win it. So let us go into my predicted lineup. Sorry for that. I just hit the mic. Anyway, let's get into the predicted lineup because I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see the lineup I've gone with. In goal, I'm changing from Leno to Matt Ryan. I hope that will be okay. So I've gone with Matt Ryan in goal. And like I said, I think the squad rotation needs to be there. I think you need to rotate some players. Look, Matt Ryan would have been a Europa League goalkeeper, but he's not getting the time in Europa League. And you're going to ask yourself as a player, definitely that if I've come from loan, they have not given me, time as a player. Should I sign for them on a permanent basis? And I know Arsenal will be interested, in signing him, on a permanent basis. So I'll give Matt Ryan a chance in this one. But Callum Chambers comes back into the right back position. Look, even if it means squad rotation, against Fulham, you could play Chambers then. Because the next game actually comes on Friday. I think that would be Everton. And then we will play over the weekend and then play against Villarreal on the 29th. So there is space. We're playing on Sunday. We play on Friday. Then we shall play again on Thursday. So there is space, and I would want Callum Chambers to play for us. I think as right back, I don't believe in him. He's more of a, he's more of a, of a central defender, and all of us know that. When he signed from Southampton, I think Arsene Wenger had signed him for that versatility as a player, and he's giving it to us. So I'll play him right back, not Bellerin, and not Cedric. So I'm not rotating my squad. Pablo Mari comes back in the central defense with Rob Holding. Let us test their chemistry, because the reason as to why I want a lot of more consistency within these players is, let us test their consistency. Let us build that chemistry between them. If they are played well against Sheffield United, if they are played well against a one Slavia Praha, we need to know, are they good enough to play to play together against Villarreal? Because Villarreal is more quality than Fulham, has more quality than Slavia Praha, and they have more quality than Sheffield United. So let us give them more time. Let us try to see whether they are going to get exposed before we lose a semi-final. Granit Xhaka, of course, comes back in this comes back in the left back position. I think he's been doing brilliantly well. Obviously, Dani Ceballos has done a very, very great job by covering for him in the midfield area so that Arsenal don't lack that quality. I think Ceballos has been quality in the past 2 games against Slavia Praha and Sheffield United. And big up to to Dani that he has managed to step up at a time when the club actually needed him the most. So I think Granit Xhaka should be giving us his services in that area a little bit longer as Tierney gets, as Tierney really recovers, or probably till the end of the season. Dani Ceballos comes in for me with Thomas Partey in that pivot in the central midfield. I think Ceballos had a good game against Slavia Praha, and yesterday I was speaking on the Arsenal lounge and said, I think you had a good game. I think I was impressed. I'm one of those people who have never, liked him this season. He's talented, and I support Spain. So I don't know whether we are going to use him in the Euros, but he's had a stinker of a season. But the problem is that right now Spain don't have a lot of quality. I don't want to go into that, at the moment. But Ceballos as a player, yeah, you give him to play against, Fulham. Again, it's just Fulham. Like I said, they're impressive. There are times when you have, when they have been a little bit impressive as a team. So probably, and Mikel says every game is important. So if every game is important, then what I want to see is Arsenal go into this game with a super lineup. So Ceballos and Thomas Partey will be there. Now, I'm not going to play Pepe, and let me just introduce Pepe in this one, and then I'll delete his name and introduce Gabi Martinelli. I'm going to introduce Gabi Martinelli in this one. I wanted to use him as a striker, but I still want Alexander Lacazette to be up top, because I think he needs to build that quality. He needs to build that consistency. He needs to build that confidence in himself, and I think it's going to be more of getting games. But what you have with Gabi Martinelli is... First and foremost, we are sorry, Gabi, that you didn't play, in the midweek. If you had played against Slavia Praha, you would have absolutely destroyed them. I know, and I believe in that. But the beauty with, with Martinelli starting is, he gives you that kind of pressure that you want. He gives you that kind of, sharpness in pace that you want. He's aggressive as a player. He's so good. I mean, he's so good, isn't he? You want him to start there and for purposes of squad rotation, probably. I don't know whether I should have dropped Saka or I should have dropped Pepe, but I'm going to drop Pepe. I'm going to drop Saka and go with Martinelli and Pepe on both wings. So don't get offended, please. Do not get offended. The reason as to why I'm dropping Saka, first and foremost, we need him in the Villarreal game. He came back in that Slavia Praha game, and his confidence levels were high, but that doesn't take away the fact that his match fitness was a little bit questionable. Because he was coming back from an injury, and we know he's nursing this injury almost, I think, since December, when he has when he has picked up these little knocks and bonks from defenders. I know that is when he picked up that injury, and I don't want anyone to tell me that Saka needs to play against Fulham. If we don't win, let us not win. Saka, there is no way he's starting. Probably you could give him the last 10 minutes to come and warm up a little bit, but Pepe and Martinelli should be the players on the wings there. And the reason that's why I'm playing Pepe on the wings is so easy. I need that consistency as well. We need to test Pepe. Is he getting better and better, or is he having this kind of a miraculous moment in a season? We need to differentiate, because he's good. He's performing at top level right now, and that's what you want to see. You want him to score more goals. The only problem there is Pepe has been a little bit better playing on the left wing. Now, if we are playing Gabi Martinelli on the right wing, would that work? I think Gabi is a little bit more comfortable on the left wing, and Pepe is also comfortable on the left wing. That's the only problem. But I think let's just use Pepe on the right and Gabi Martinelli on the left. Where Emile Smith Rowe would play, would have played, I'll play Willian I hope you people do not actually, come in my inbox and say, Kosi, you're mad. You're mad. No, no, no. I'm not really mad. I think ESR is another person, struggling with injuries, and is another very important player. What a performance from Slavia. Let's just pause a minute for, with a predictor and say, what a performance from Emile Smith-Rowe in that game. What a performance. Because it's one of those performances you expected from him at that point in time, and he just delivered. Coming back from injury, that is what is interesting. Because he was just coming back, and he had all the reasons to give us fake football. But what he actually does is he comes on and he proves a point. So I'll bring him on probably in the 70th minute, but in the number 10 position, let us play, Willian, and obviously Alexander Bunker Lacazette. Man like Lacazette is scoring goals like, for fun, man. Scoring goals for fun. And I expect more and more and more and more. If you've forgotten, this is the fixture we began with, the season, and we won it comfortably. Willian had a very good game in that one. Gabriel Magalhaes had a very good game in that one. It was his debut. And I think Alexander Lacazette, did he score as well? I think Lacazette scored the opener, in that game. So I think, we've just got to think about it. Lacazette has to start. You need that consistency, in him. You need to build that confidence in him. You need to make him, even if you're going to sell him in the summer, right now, he's one of the most important players at Arsenal. So, you've got to make him feel important. You've got to make him feel like, he's that Arsenal player that you guys do cherish, cherish a lot. So that is my starting lineup. I hope you people do not have any problems with it. Matt Ryan comes in goal to replace Ban Leno, who I think should get some, resting time. Granit Xhaka, Pablo Mari, Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, Thomas Partey, Dani Ceballos, Gabi Martinelli, who I think is going to be a key player, and it's going to be my man of the match. My captain, Alexander Lacazette. Willian gets playing time in the number 10 position, and Pepe goes back to the right wing from the left wing in this one. But if he doesn't deliver, I wouldn't force him there. I would just, agree that maybe he's not good there, and then we could actually bring him on the left wing. If things if things fail, not refuse, I would bring on Saka. I would also bring on ESR to change the game. But that, the squad I've gone with, the lineup I've gone with, should be able to win the game. On the bench, I think we go with Leno. Leno should be on the bench, obviously. Gabriel Magalhaes should be on the bench as well. Hector Bellerin and Cedric should be on the bench as well. Mohamed Elneny should be on the game, should be on the bench as well. Bukayo Saka should be on the bench. Emile Smith-Rowe and Florian Balogun. Now, let me just address this in a minute. There's so many people who have been telling me, because this is a time when Florian Balogun needs to get game time, and I absolutely agree. I think it's high time we saw Florian Balogun. But at times, you've got to think about it and ask yourself, you want to see Balogun, but do you want to break the cycle Arsenal is trying to build, at the moment? Because what we are building at the moment as a club is quite good. It's quite so good. So you don't want to break the cycle at the moment. And that's why I would say don't bring in Balogun at the moment. Probably let's wait until when the season is a little bit ending and there is less pressure. Bring on Balogun and see what he can offer, because he's been in the news, and I think his aspect, and not in a bad perspective, but his aspect as a player has led to the humiliation of Eddie Nketiah, something that I do not want. I think Eddie has been loyal, and this is my problem with Arsenal fans. Eddie has been loyal. He's been there as a player, and right now, many Arsenal fans are telling me, because you know what, we need to use Balogun throughout Eddie Nketiah. Yeah, I know Eddie's going to leave. I would sell him. I said that on my last stream yesterday, and I said I would sell him, but we've got to put some respect. We've got to put some respect on Eddie. He's a young striker who has done nothing wrong. He's just been loyal and loved Arsenal, and that's all. My prediction in that one is gonna be 3 Arsenal, Fulham 1, because we don't keep clean sheets in the Premier League. I'll come back with the Mikel Arteta's press conference reaction and the team news around Arsenal. Stay tuned.